So I totally get that it is frustrating to deal with acne, and I totally get that it is frustrating to deal with breakouts. And that's why I had to figure out a way to get control of it, because I kind of refused to not have control over most things in my life. And breakouts were one of those things that I refused to not get to the bottom of, to not get control of. I've spent a long time figuring out the ins and outs of clearing breakouts. It's as simple as find out the source, identify the source, and eliminate that source. That is it. But it's kind of like digging for gold. I mean, maybe you know where the gold is, but it might take you a long time to get down there. You might have to get a new shovel. You might have to get some new equipment in order to break through the ground, in order to get to the gold. It's the same thing with creating most things in life, figuring out how to get to the other side. Literally, no one gets out of going through this journey if you want success. What's the cure for breakouts? What's the root cause? What is the root cause? That's literally the only thing that matters with anything in life. If you want to be efficient, effective, and you want kind of like an easy life, instead of trying to swim upstream, instead of trying to force things to happen for you to no avail, the best thing to do always is to get to the root cause. It requires you to look internally and externally. So let's talk about how to do that relative to acne. You're allowed to decide. You are in control of your breakouts. If you want to be in control, you are in control. If you think it's bullshit, then you are not going to be in control. It's as simple as that. The rules do not just stop applying because it's a skin disease. It doesn't stop applying to one particular thing. A universal law is a universal law. You get to choose the beliefs that you have. You get to choose how your life plays out. You get to opt into certain ways of thinking. So you are allowed to decide you're in control. So decide right now that you are in control, and that means now you have to take responsibility. Now you have to admit that you are the source. You have to admit that you are the source of your breakouts and that you are in control of your breakouts. You're going to figure out where they're coming from. I mean, if you don't figure out where they're coming from, they're probably going to persist. There are three sources that I have identified: energetic or spiritual, and then internal and external of the body. Internal is like what you eat, external is like what you use on your skin, and then energetic is everything you think, feel, and everything spiritual or psychological about you. So those are the three components: mind, body, spirit. Like, everything I like to do is holistic because nothing makes sense otherwise. Dwelling is what I'm talking about in this video today, and dwelling is a spiritual occurrence. Like, do you know what I'm saying when I say dwelling? Like, when you are obsessed with figuring something out, when you are obsessed with trying to cure your skin, obsessed with trying to cure your breakouts, like that forcing energy, it's like that doesn't work when you're trying to manifest anything. Why would you think it's going to work when you try to manifest clear skin? It doesn't work when you're trying to manifest a man. Doesn't work when you're trying to manifest money. Doesn't work when you're trying to manifest a new job. Like, whatever it is, like, it doesn't work. The only thing that works is detachment. Detachment is the only thing that works, because simply what you are doing is you are attached to the outcome. What you have to do is remove your attachment to the outcome. Act and behave like it's a crapshoot. Really, it's fucking not. Like, it's maybe a crapshoot a teeny fraction of the time, but that is not the rule, and it shouldn't be the rule. It's not the rule, and it should never be the rule. It should have never been the rule. And it's not the rule worldwide. It is predominantly the rule in the West, where, you know, we are very externally focused. For example, if you planted a garden and all your plants started to die within like a week or two, what would you think? Would you just be like, yeah, but just plants just die? I mean, plants just are unhealthy. That's just how things go, you know, you just never know. No, you would say, why are these plants dying? What am I doing wrong? Is it the wrong dirt? Is it too much water? Not enough sunlight? What is it? Makes no sense at all. You have to think about the root cause, obviously. So the root cause of breakouts, one of them is attachment. Attachment. That is the forcing energy. It's like, it's very frustrating. You will absolutely know what I mean when I say attachment. If you have attachment, if you are attached. What would be a normal occurrence is if you planted a garden and maybe no matter what you did, this one plant like wasn't surviving. That you'd be like, okay, yeah, I guess this plant just is gonna die, but the rest are healthy and thriving. Like, that is a normal occurrence, and this is what I'm talking about here. It's like, yeah, once in a while you have a circumstance that is just like a crazy circumstance that like we just can't explain, but that is not the rule. Majority of the time, I can 100% promise you that you have control. There is nothing that's ever set in stone, because your DNA is malleable. How your DNA expresses is malleable. Like, when you are born with your your DNA, there's no guarantee for how it's going to turn out. It depends on nurture. A significant portion of how your DNA manifests is nurture, how you manifest in the world, what you decide is going to happen in the world. You influence how your DNA manifests based on what you want to manifest. Let's play devil's advocate, okay? Let's pretend that you think I'm full of shit. Let's say that you do not believe you have control. Well, then my question to you is, are you negatively impacted by your breakouts? And if the answer is yes, then can we get you to a state where you are not negatively impacted by your breakouts? How is your breakouts impacting your life? Do you have depression? Are you stressed? Do you have anxiety? Do you have low self-esteem? Well then, what we need to do is work on those things. Fuck the acne. Work on your depression. Work on your self-esteem. Work on your happiness. Increase all those things. Improve your quality of life without even worrying about your breakouts, because if you believe you can't control them, then just go with that, but work on what you can control. Now, if you say, well, I can't control depression, do not develop an identity that you have that, otherwise you are digging your own hole. Feel free. If you want to dig your own hole, fine. I absolutely would never choose into that belief system, because that leaves you powerless and like a victim. You can't tell me that's something you can't work on. You cannot tell me that is an achievable goal, to be able to live your life non-impacted by your breakouts. Why would that be something you cannot strive towards? And that is actually what detachment is. Let's decide that your breakouts don't get to affect you now, because ultimately what do you get if you have clear skin? What is the goal that you want clear skin for? You want to feel healthy, you want to feel happy, you want to feel beautiful, you want to be successful, you want to attract a partner, you want to be able to feel confident when you go out. Let's focus on those things then. That's what we need to focus on. Fuck the acne. Forget about the acne. Let's get you into a position where you can live your best life despite the breakouts. That's how you help to release attachment. You realize that you don't need clear skin, because attachment is only caused by the perception that we need something, that we cannot survive without this thing. So realizing you get to survive and thrive without this thing, without clear skin, helps you to release detachment. I will see you next time in my next video. I love you guys very much. Goodbye.